And now, from Frederick High School. Studio C112, it's Fred Day with your host, Kevin Brown in the MVP 5.
Hi everybody and welcome back to another exciting week of It's Fred Day. We hope you guys had enjoyed your short week this week, enjoyed the Labor Day weekend. And then a nice short week, just a couple days in classes, and here we are, it's Friday again. It's time to get back to the weekend, so you made it, congratulations. But we definitely had a rough turn for last weekend. You know, you get a 3-day weekend and you have to spend most of it inside because the state's on fire. This state is on fire. But luckily it seems like it's getting a little bit better, but man, those were a scary couple days. It reminded me of like zombie video games or something from like a nightmare. But thankfully, then all of a sudden, hell froze over and we had a snowstorm. So there you go. It's Colorado taking care of Colorado. But thankfully, hopefully we made it through there. I know that the fires are getting more contained and that those brave men and women that are up there fighting it got some much needed relief this week. So we enjoyed that. Here is our meme of the week that actually has the same thing to do with that, so enjoy that for a second. All right. And then my last thing before I do announcements is I have your Stuck at Home play of the week. So if you have Netflix, you've got to check out the trilogy from Guillermo del Toro called Tales of Arcadia. There's 3. You start with Troll Hunters, and then you go to 3 Below, and you finish that up with Wizards. Tells a fun, amazing story, really well put together. And then there's a movie that's coming out that finishes them all off in 2021. But that is Mr. Brown's recommendation for Stuck at Home videos to watch. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I promise you won't be sorry. All right, a couple of announcements to remind you guys this week. Again, be aware of your time schedules and your deadlines, guys. Get those things turned in, not just for my class, but for all the classes. You need to get stuff turned in because it's really, really, really important that you take care of that. Also, hope you guys like the new logo. Look for the credits. That'll tell you who did that logo, and we got a couple sub-logos that we're using for some of the other things. So congratulations to those people from Miss Delwart's class who finished those up. And last but not least, don't forget that on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're here now to help you guys out. You can sign up for time slots with your fellow sections or choirs and come in. We can have up to 25 people together singing and working on that stuff, but you have to have masks. We got to check you in. So it's a great way to get things going. But yeah, we're here for you. We're ready to work together and get you back in person. All right, when we coming up next, when we come back from break, we've got our tribute to today, the 9/11, so you don't want to miss that. We'll be right back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. For those of you that may not be keeping up with it, today is the 19th anniversary of September 11, 2001, when we had the attacks on our country that leveled the Twin Towers in New York and tore a big hole in the side of the Pentagon, and then we had that plane that went down in the field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. So it's hard to believe that 19 years have passed, and so we didn't want to go too crazy with some of this. So what I asked was my regular contributors to the show if they would just give us a reflection on where they were when that happened 19 years ago. And then also, I know this is hard to believe, but out of chaos and out of sadness and out of destruction, sometimes a silver lining or a positive comes out of that. So I asked them to reflect on that and give us a positive. Here's what they came up with.
So when 9/11 happened, I was only in first grade, and I didn't really know what was going on at the time. I was just excited that we got to go home from school early. But looking back, I think a positive thing to come from it was the sense of community that everybody had from going through this thing together. And also it made everybody appreciate what they still had, living in a safe area, still having family and friends around.
So I was just in 6th grade. I was only 12 years old when 9/11 happened. And I will never forget just being, out on the playground, kind of just trying to struggle through and think about and understand this crazy, complex, tragic situation that was happening. Something, positive or hopeful for me that came out of it was seeing everyone in the country rally around the people who had lost someone or who were supporting, and being on the front lines in response to that situation, and really seeing all of us come together to support people who were suffering and who had experienced this tragedy in their lives. And that kind of national unity that emerged out of it was really, it was hopeful and positive, and seeing how that can emerge out of something so horrific and sad.
I thought I would also just tell you my story. I was in my final year of college in Arkadelphia, Arkansas, and I know it doesn't look like it, but back then I used to get up and go and do yoga every morning. So I got up and had gone to my yoga class, this is a true story, and was getting home, and then I heard on the radio, hey, a plane had crashed in the tower. And I didn't think anything about it because I was like, I've heard of little planes crashing inside of buildings before. I mean, it's terrible, but hopefully everyone's okay. I went in, got my shower, went to school, and by the time I got on campus, the events had just kind of unfolded with everything and everybody, and it was just truly unbelievable. So it was right there. Shortly after that, I had my senior recital. We weren't sure if my parents and my family were even going to be able to make it to Arkansas to see me because it was hard to fly. I mean, things were shut down for a while. So that was kind of where I was and what was happening at that time in my life. And again, the positive thing that came out of it, it seems like in great adversity in our country, we can pull together and we can have a common thing. And I remember a couple nights after that, all of the congressmen and senators from Washington, D.C., Democrats, Republicans, Independents, they all gathered together on the Capitol steps and sang a chorus of God Bless America together to show that, we're not going to allow ourselves to be ruled by fear. We're here, we're together, we're unified. And while that didn't last, it was a moment where they were able to kind of work together and just, we are banded together. And I think at any point, if there's any point in our time that we need that now, is unity, because we're stronger united than we are divided. And I know that there's some problems out there, guys, that are well beyond my solution or well beyond anyone's solution, but the more that we can find in common with our fellow man and our fellow woman, our fellow people, the more successful we'll be. So that would be my encouragement, is to take from that time of tragedy, that moment of unity, and build on that, because that's what we need more and more these days. All right, when we come back, I have a special tribute video to you guys this week. We miss you so much here at Frederick High School, so I thought I would shoot just a fun little tribute video for you guys. So you don't want to miss that coming up after the break. We'll see you. Everybody, welcome back. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. So Ms. Vandepolder and I kind of took a little walk around the building and outside and just couldn't help but notice how empty and quiet it is here. So we just shot this kind of little video, tribute video to how much we miss you guys. Hopefully you enjoy it, have a good time with it, and here you go. Again you're gone, off on a different path than mine. I'm left behind, wondering if I should follow. You had to go, and of course it's always fine. I probably could catch up with you tomorrow. But is this what it feels like to be growing apart? When did I become the one who's always chasing your heart? Now I turn around and find I am lost in the woods. North is south, right is left when you're gone. I'm the one who sees you home, but now I'm lost in the woods, and up till now. The next step was a question of how. I never thought it was a question of whether. Who am I? If I'm not your guy, where am I if we're not together forever? Now I know you're my true north, 'cause I am lost in the woods. Up is down, day is night when you're not there. Oh, you're my only landmark, so I'm lost in the woods, wondering if you still care. But I'll wait for a sign that I'm your path, 'cause you are mine. Until then, I'm lost in the woods. I'm lost in the woods. I'm lost in the woods. All right, everyone, that's our show for the week. Make sure you take care of those things, guys. Take care of each other. We miss you. We hope to see you guys back here soon. Don't forget, Tuesdays and Thursdays, you guys can come up here and enjoy us, and we'll see you all next week. Everyone take care. Have a great week.